Hello everyone, it's Linda Hayes here and I'm coming to you from Mahogany Bay Village in Belize. I'm here for the Investor Summit with the Real Estate Guys Radio, and as I mentioned in my video when I was coming into Belize, I came through Houston, and of course the government now doesn't require COVID tests coming back into the US, so Belize is a great place to visit. But what I want to do in this video today is talk about some of the things we've learned from the conference so far. So because this is an investor summit, there's a lot of economic information provided from a lot of smart people that knew this was coming. So last year, the topic was really on, is inflation transitory? And this year, it's more on what can you do about it because it's not likely to go away. So why is there so much inflation? Well, a lot of the speakers talk about the fact that the government's printing more money. That means people to have it to spend. That means demand is up. And of course, if demand is up, prices are also going to go up. So one of the speakers that's a developer throughout the US talked about the volatility of ordering construction material at our lunch table yesterday. And he talked about the fact that a lot of companies are ordering from many different suppliers because they don't get product reliably, and then they cancel the extra orders. And that means companies have too much inventory. So sometimes you might be told you're not going to get something for a few months, and then later on it'll be like, wait, no, you can have it next week because of these canceled orders. And the same thing happens when people stockpile. People order a ton more than they need, companies then produce more of it, and down the road when people are not ordering as much, there is extra inventory. And you can see an example of that also with Amazon, where they have built a ton of extra space and now they have too much, so they're going to need to sublease it. So one of the other things that's important to understand is stagflation, and this is something I've been hearing about a lot throughout the conference. So what is stagflation? I found a little article on MSN that kind of discusses what it is. So generally, when you look at good economic times, low unemployment means employers are going to raise wages. That heightens demand and steepens price increases. So that's what inflation is. Then when you have a slow economy, there's stagnant wages, reduced demand, and then prices go down. And that will help people that don't have jobs or have diminished pay. But sometimes, which is very rare, high inflation persists even as the economy slows and unemployment rises. That is the definition of stagflation. So that is a worse situation, and it can result if extra money is being pumped into the economy when there's no economic reason for it. So something to think about. So to give you a few highlights of what we've covered so far. So there's one speaker, Chris Martenson. You can check out his book, Prosper, How to Prepare for the Future and Create a World Worth Investing. And a lot of the discussion is around things like social capital and being self-sufficient, so growing your own food. We also did see other possible investments such as farmland and oil investing. There's also people speaking about cryptocurrency. And for the farmland, one example that you could do is you can actually partner with a farm that's already producing, where you buy a parcel of land. So basically you're not doing any of it yourself. And we also heard many updates on different niches in real estate. So we had Brad Sumrock, the apartment king, speaking about multifamily and what his outlook is on that. People that talk about commercial property, short-term rentals, and even mobile home parks. So lots of different information about real estate as well as other types of investments. So another really fun thing we've done is what's called a Cowboy Auction. So we learned an alternate way of trading through this process, and it's trading without currency, and it's a lot of fun to do. And there is a nonprofit organization called the National Council of Exchangers, and one of the presenters is a part of this, and it's basically where you can trade real estate without cash. Now, obviously, doing an exchange can be where one person trades with another, but a lot of times I might have something that you don't want, but someone else wants what the other person has. So basically what we did here is someone might put up something on the board. For example, someone put up a signed book by one of the speakers last year. And when that signed book went up, everybody in the room could vote for what they would offer in exchange for that particular book. And then all those people's offers could be offered upon by other people. So for example, there was 6 months of guitar lessons that were offered in exchange for this signed book. And the 6 months of guitar lessons had quite a bit of demand from other people. So they would say, hey, I will give, for example, there was an offer of an internship at a specific company that was offered for the guitar lessons. There was also lots of other offerings on the board. So there was interesting things like 40 pounds of beef was offered in exchange for one of the things, and just all kinds of different offers. And the person on the top of the exchange is the one who gets to pick first. And after that, once he has what he wants, anyone underneath that can also do their trades. So I do a thing called home exchange, which is a little bit similar to this, where I can put my home up, and if you want the same one and I want yours, we do what's called a reciprocal exchange. But more often, I will just want to stay somewhere and you might want to stay somewhere else. So the way that the home exchange works is they have a points-based system. But the Cowboy Auction is pretty fun, and it just shows an alternate way of trading if you did not have currency to use, because currency is so volatile due to the dollar changing currently in the economy. So far, it's been a great week at the Investor Summit. You can see here some of the things that have went on. So Kim Kiyosaki giving information to us about how the Rich Dad company evolved and how management works in the company. Lots of entrepreneur stuff as well as real estate investing here at the summit. George Gammon giving a lot of cool updates and lots of other great panel discussions, just talking about overall economics, the market, things that affect real estate investors, and lots of other investments. So this is one of the most fantastic events that I've ever been to, and I hope that we'll see it continue to sell out like it does every year. And this is the 20th annual Investor Summit that we're at this year. And today we have a live taping from Danielle DiMarino booth, because everybody's been talking about what's going to happen with the Federal Reserve and interest rates rising. And of course that's happened in the US, and Canada will likely follow soon. So we're going to be having a live taping of her reaction to that event. So that's it for this update, and hope to see you soon on other videos.